Hello guys, UpRisePlays. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we have another anime character discussion. Or I guess, webtoon character discussion. Yeah, I know this is an anime series, but whatever, we're bringing it back. We already did a video on John Doe from Unordinary, so why not do, the second main character of the show, aka Seraphina. Seraphina. But yeah, we're here on. Now I'm going to talk about her because she's honestly one of the highlights of this series as a whole. And I'm not going to go over the plot too much. Again, I already have videos on Unordinary. I think I do I? But I'm just going to talk about Seraphina. I know we'll probably get some spoilers. So again, read the story before you watch this. This is meant for people who have read the story. You have to hear my thoughts on what I think of Seraphina and what she's done. But if you don't care about spoilers and you don't intend to read on it, or just read it, then stick around because you can hear some crazy feats that Seraphina can do, or what happened to her in this story. First off, Seraphina is one of the best characters in the story, like bar none. That's like my opinion, and also factually in strength as well. She has the highest power level in the school of an 8.0. Yes, sir. Fucking strongest. She's in the beginning of the series. She's the ace. That position doesn't even exist, like as a made-up position for Seraphina. So literally, she's that strong. She made her own tier. Like, what are we doing here, man? Seraphina's out here breaking records, but literally, her power is time manipulation. She can literally stop time. She gets hurt, she can pause her wound. She can literally do that kind of stuff. I rewind her wound even too. But Seraphina goes through so much shit in this story. And Seraphina, I had to mention this yet, but it's also John, the main character's best friend. So she's gonna get a lot of spotlight. In fact, she's John's only friend. But before she met John, let's do this chronologically, she was basically a perfectionist. She wanted to be good at everything. Get A's on everything. No, nothing lower than an A. Be perfect in every way to appease everyone around her and make everyone just bow below her feet. And also just make sure everyone's happy. Like, you know, she knows her place. Everyone has to stay there. So once you're perfect, it's just a standard. Like, she just has to be perfect. And she was obsessed with that. Because if she wasn't, what was she? That was her identity. She was the perfect Seraphina, right? That was what was happening with her character. Until our boy, our main man John, comes into the picture and is like, yo, we're partners and we're gonna do this project together. And I'm not taking your goddamn cue cards, I'm helping. I don't give a damn about the grade, and she fucking freaks out. She's like, I need that fucking A, dude. I need that fucking the good A. And she, long story short, she didn't get the A. She got an A minus. But that's how they become really good friends, is because they just have a conflict about some cake. She vents her feelings to John because he perfects his feelings. Of course, being a perfectionist all the time is not going to be good for one's mental health. And so eventually, when things stop going her way, she vents and beats the hell out of John, the school cripple. And literally, that wouldn't go well in today's society. Imagine like someone who's really happy on the social structure decides to go beat a person in a wheelchair. That's basically what she did there. But literally, that's what it was. After that, they become really good friends because she can relax around John. She doesn't have to be perfect. She can be who she wants to be. Meeting John changed Seraphina from being the strict perfectionist to being a free-spirited Seraphina who just does her own thing. She doesn't care about grades anymore. She just cares about having fun and doing her thing and just getting by. She's not trying to get hundreds on her test. She's just doing her thing and not really caring as much, just being her. And you love to see it. And as this goes on, the story, picks up as stories do. And here's when the big thing hits. Here's when the big thing hits for Seraphina. So from the beginning of the story, Seraphina has been the most strongest character we've ever seen. Bar none. Nobody in the story so far was stronger than her. And so, during the time when John is there, she gets suspended because she had an ordinary book. She gets suspended, and then when she gets back from that, after John gets beaten and broken and finally reverts back to his old self and being the most powerful man that he is, and revealing he actually has an ability and he's not a cripple, she gets back. And, well, when she comes back, an organization starts making its move and takes her powers away from her. And once the strongest in the school becomes a cripple. That shit hit. Like, honestly, you feel bad. Like, Seraphina was honestly, like, in low-key kind of dogging on John the entire time. Like, just, like, little jabs at being a cripple, even though he wasn't a cripple. And then later on, she actually becomes one and has to deal with the struggles with being a cripple, being at the bottom of the hierarchy, have to worry about getting beaten up every day, broken bones, all that stuff, getting beat up by other students who were previously too afraid to even approach you. That shit must feel bad, being at the top, then being forced to the bottom with no way back up. I can't imagine what Seraphina was going to go through, but don't worry, guys. She had John throughout the entirety of that time. But, as we all know, John isn't the best character. He is more like a villain in this story, at least for a little while anyway. He reverts back to who he was, becomes the Joker, and he beats up all of Seraphina's friends. Remy, Blake, Arlo, Ison, everybody. He goes after all of the royals to destroy the hierarchy. And through all of that, Seraphina didn't know who the Joker was. But in the final battle against all the royals, Seraphina figures out the person she trusted the most in, like, the entire world, who she inspired to be like, was lying to her about everything she's been through. After all of their friendship, how much of it was it true? How much of it was a lie? She doesn't know. Her trust is broken, just like all of her friends' bones. No, literally though, that's what happens. And Seraphina just is hurt. She's hurt. She distrusts John, and that's how it opens up with season 2. She's broken. She thought she can survive as a low tier or a cripple because John was a cripple and he was surviving perfectly fine. But the truth was, he wasn't. He was a high tier to begin with. He was able to fight back if he wanted to. She doesn't have that option. She needs to survive genuinely. That is her struggle. And seeing her go through all of that pain in the story, and then later on seeing her just be the person, like, to forgive John, to be his best friend after all of that, after all the mental stress he put her through. She was there to help John in his worst of moments. And instead of calling him a monster, she calls him not a monster. I could have delivered that better, but literally, yeah, she's not a monster. Or he's not a monster. And accepts John for who he is. And I love Seraphina's character because her character is just the best of friends. She was meant to be the most powerful person in the story that falls to the bottom. Genuinely, not like John. And then still, after everything that's happened, to support John in his lowest of moments and being a genuine friend to John and help him snap back to reality after his outburst, and was there for him through everything. And she's honestly just the badass when she has her powers too. Like, she fucking beats everyone up, like, pretty easily. Like, come on. And she's also comparable to John as well. She's there to put John in his place. That's literally what that is. Like, she's the man. Like, come on. You gotta love her character. She's a stand-up character. She sticks up for herself. She's there. She's confident. She's beautiful. She has just everything you want in a woman, and she's fucking sick. Best girl of the series. And best friend of the series. That is Seraphina. Wow, I haven't done one of these videos in ages, and honestly, this is the perfect character to start off of this series again, because it's one of my favorite characters in all of Webtoon. I like John a bit more because his character is a bit more complex, and like he has a bit more emotional issues, and it's always funner to talk about him. So if you want to check the video out, you can too. But it was really fun. I liked talking about Seraphina. Again, maybe I'll do an anime character next. But yeah, if you want to see more ordinary characters as well, I'm not opposed to doing that. So if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel because I am on the grind of 300 subscribers. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Ja. Ne.